Hi guys, good afternoon. And we're gonna get into all the details regarding weekly plan for this week. So let's take a look and dive right into it. So for this week, the one thing that we have that's very interesting is that in the daily time frame, the ES is on a 3 day balance. Also is on um, in a 4 week balance and on a 2 months balance. So all three time frames that we monitor, they're basically balancing. What I have done here is to save some time in the video, and we have to deal with the discrepancies with the contract rollover, which is about 50 points, 49 and change. So what I had drawn the different balance zones here, so you guys can see. In orange, we have the month, uh, and there it is, 43.50, 46.34, and the halfback is 44.93. The daily, it's basically in purple. Um, so we're going to draw that zone right here, and the halfback of that, it's a low, there's a halfback, and the high, it's right over here, 43.94. On the 3 day balance high. That's based on the previous contract, September. So Monday we'll be trading. Um, we will be trading December's, which is the ESZ. And then on a weekly, we got the low at 43.50, same as the basically same as the monthly one. And then for a week, which is yellow, we have the halfback at 44.50, 44.48, and we have the 4 week balance right here at 45.47. So with the contract rollover, that makes our targets essentially the same ones for the previous week. On the high side, we're gonna go for that same one, 45.47, which is the 4 week balance high. Second target, we have 47, 44.70, and the last target we had a 45.92, which is right up here. About 45.92, then we'll handle that with daily plans. Um, that's basically what we have in terms of the upside targets. On the downside, we have 44.78, still gonna be the same. It can potentially get, if we break below this, the 78 can potentially get to the 3 day balance low, which is set up at 64. And I got the target at 57 here because it's the last week value area low. Last week POC was 45.08. So we're essentially going to be using that area for our pivot this week. And then on the downside here, I have 4,400. Uh, we could potentially see, probably a 44.25, this value area here, but I'm not sure. So I just think this POC here, which uh, it's a naked POC, is gonna act. It's gonna act like a magnet. If you ask me. So I have to be careful with that because sometimes those areas come into play, and we need to be careful with those POCs that are basically exposed out there. So that will be, a magnet for us if we were to trade into the zone here next week. So let me see what else we have to discuss here. From the 2 month perspective, I had the balance halfback of 43.94. So this is going to be a very important area for next week. Um, so yeah, so look, we're gonna pivot from the same exact, pivot from last week. Um, I was actually thinking about dropping it to 08, 09, but it really doesn't make a big difference. I think we, you know what, I would just change it to 08, so we can take the exact POC from last week and make it a lot easier for us to remember. But these are basically the targets for next week. And, I only going to discuss the ES, obviously, um, but um, anything outside of these targets we'll address with daily plans, and then hopefully we get a good week next week. So I'll try to keep this video as short as possible, and I will do the NQ targets as well. But until we get a breakout from the weekly standpoint, obviously you can see the 2 weeks ago the low was over here, 44.14, based on this new contract, and then we still have a rollover contract right here. This gap has not been filled, so that's something to keep an eye on as we continue to move on. Those gaps have a tendency to get filled, but this one has taken a long time to get back into it. So we'll see what happens. We'll also get this rollover here and see if this gap is going to remain open. So it'll be interesting to see. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got in terms of the weekly plan. Targets will be posted, and we will monitor the continuation, whatever the market wants to go. All right, so let's have a great weekend. Bye bye.